under.
Yeah.
But she showed love. So God bless her. I'm super thankful.
What did you major in?
I studied broadcast journalism. It was between broadcast journalism and business. I was trying to decide between those. And broadcast journalism, I was thinking I would be like Stuart Scott, God rest his soul, Robin Roberts. I was like, I wanted to be on air, be, a sports anchor or something like that. But then when I got into my TV classes and that red light would come on, I would freeze up. I was never comfortable. Professor Jones would write on my evaluations, like, loosen up on your stand-ups. And so I was like, man, I'm not really comfortable being on camera, but how can I still be involved? So it was like, okay, I can do behind the scenes.
Right.
I could do the editing. Writing was always something I enjoyed, going back to grade school, and then also was working with the school paper by that point as well. So I worked on the sports desk there. So that was always something I had like in my tool belt and everything.
That was the name of the paper?
No, it was the FAMU.
Oh, FAMU.
The FAMU, yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So
you did the sports?
Yeah, I worked on the sports desk. I worked it as an assistant editor, and then I eventually was able to be section editor for a semester as well. So it was a good learning curve, man. Just trying to, cause we published 3 times a week, so just trying to fill those pages. And one of my people, she was I can't remember what section she worked on, but she was on the staff with us as well. And she would tease us because on Wednesdays we would have to pull like AP stories, so it would be like off the wire. And she would be like, Hot Wire Wednesday. And this is just like, here she go again, like messing with us. But it was just like, you got to figure it out as far as coverage. And so, it was tough, trying to get them pages and everything. But it was definitely a dope experience. And just having to call people, having to track people down, having to wait people out and all that kind of stuff. Like it definitely prepares you for life and also just the business as well.
Yeah, so you got real experience.
Yeah, and that was the thing. Like, and our professors, they said it, and you definitely figured it out once you were in it. It's like it's one thing to get the knowledge in class, and that helps you, that gives you that foundation. But it's another to have to, for there to be some type of crime story you're working on, and you need to get a quote from the public information officer, or there's the head coach got fired, and our professor was he had somebody that was gonna be in a trustee meeting that gave him a heads up. So it was like, okay, once he got the call from them, we could run it. And so this is from our radio class. So again, this is just a thing of like,
was that a real thing?
It was a real thing, yeah. Ruben Carter, who used to play for the Broncos back in the day, the Orange Crush defense. Yeah. His son, I think, I want to say his son made the pros too. But so he was the head coach. And Professor Miles got the word. It was coming down. And so we used to have a rotation as far as like anchoring the newscast. And for whatever reason, I think the person was out or something. And it was just like, okay, like who wants to anchor? And it was like crickets. And so I was like, all right, I'll anchor. And so, and this is before we knew like everything else. So like I basically like walked into a Florida AP award just because I raised my hand. Like it was an opportunity, and I was like, all right, like I don't mind, just filling in. And that was the thing. It was like we broke the news. Like, like we had it, we recorded, and then when Mr. Miles got the go ahead, breaking news bumper, 90.5, Coach Ruben Carter has and we broke the story.
Wow.
Yeah, so I was able to win a Florida AP award because I raised my hand anchor that day, and Mr. Miles had a contact inside the trustee meeting.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So what is a Florida AP award?
So Associated Press.
Yeah.
Yep. And so they have just different categories for student media, and that was the radio news, breaking news segment. So we ended up breaking it. Our school submitted it and ended up winning, so it was pretty cool.
So you received the award of the whole?
Yeah, like I got a plaque. I don't know where it is right now, but I got a plaque. But it was dope, and it wasn't always moments like that, but it was definitely, just you learn. It's like you get the foundation, and then it's like, okay, we got to really apply it. We have to, if we run this story in the paper, we're gonna have to answer to somebody. Perfect example. I wrote about our band, now the Marching 100, is, if people don't know anything else about my school, they know that. Right. So they're very much a sacred cow. and I wrote about our band and how the homecoming halftime show was too long because the football team got penalized. Which in retrospect, I don't know if I'll still write it, but again, you can't. You gotta just. It's not about playing favorites. It's just about like calling it what you see. And so like I wrote the column. It goes to publish. And then it's an opinion piece, so it's got my face on there. It's got my mugshot, and like somebody approached me on campus. It was part of the band. Like, hey man, like you wrote this piece about us, and he did like he didn't mean no harm or nothing, but he did have to come see me. Like, and we had a conversation. He like, yo man, you talking about we was on the field too long and da 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 da. Like he pretty much like read me the riot act. Like, and I just stand there like, hey man, like I hear you, but like to me it's like if you hurting the team. I know y'all the game. I know halftime is game time, and shout out to Drumline and all that. But like at the same time, it's like now they started at a 15-yard deficit because of something the band did. Like I'm still thinking I'm a sports person, and so you know I'm definitely thinking along those lines. But you know,
I think that's an HBCU thing.
It's definitely
that wouldn't happen at a Power 5.
Yeah, like it's. They definitely clear the field if they're in Ann Arbor or East Lansing.
Oh, absolutely.
Or so, you know, and I mean, it's God. I mean, the band is a big reason.
No, they're legendary.
Yes, perfect example. Detroit Football Classic, RIP. Like it existed, and that was like my intro to FAM. Like they had a senior day where they brought us down, and it was like a ballroom or something downtown, and they had the band come in. They had the choir. They had like the Essential Theater. So it was like all these arts. And we got a chance to get exposed to the school.
That's when Kwame brought them down. Right?
Yeah, it was. I think so. I know Robert Porcher was a big part of it. Yeah. So Kwame may have been involved. I'm not sure, but Robert Porcher was for sure a big person. And I'm just like, yo, like this is where it's at. And so just getting exposed to that, and then going to the game and everything, feeling the atmosphere, and and to the point of just like. The God ordained and also some luckiness too. Like I went to FAMU sight unseen, which in retrospect that was ridiculous. Like I needed to at least step on campus to see if I could envision myself there, but it worked out. Yeah. You know. So, but yeah, like I was just like, man, like this.
Yeah, I did the same thing. I signed with Lincoln. I ain't even go on campus. I just signed and it showed up. Like,
with your bell, like, hey, let's get to work.
Yeah.
Hell, I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm home, baby.
Yeah, I think I took a visit after I signed.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was like, you know, just see what the locker room looked like in the campus.
Oh, it's gonna be right here. Okay, what numbers we got in circulation?
Yeah, that was it. So I feel you on that. I feel you on
this
that.
This the CAF, this the administration building.
Okay, it wasn't any students there during that time.
Okay.
For real, so it was. I mean, I couldn't even get the vision of what it would look like. But hey, it worked out.
It worked out, bro. It worked out for both of us. Yeah.
So, how long did you stay at FAM?
I was there 4 years. Yep, I was able to get out on time, and it was also partially like a scholarship thing. It was like the money finna run out. I gotta be on point. So, like my last semester, I took some ungodly amount of class. I think it was at least 18. I think it might have been 20 hours, which madness. Needed to do some summer school, and that was the thing. Like I took a summer school class. But I wasn't on point, so like I didn't get the points for my astronomy class that I was taking locally, and it's like, dang, I done wasted my mama money, and I still got to take a science requirement, and it's just like, but it's one of them things. So it's just like I had to load up so I get on time because my scholarship finna end spring semester. So yeah, but yeah, I was able to